windmill. Okay, so the windmill is one of my favorite exercises because I'm getting a bunch of benefit in different joints here. Okay, I'm hitting my spine with spinal rotation. I'm getting my hips because I'm doing a hip hinge. So I'm working my hips in conjunction with that rotation of my spine, and I'm also getting internal and external rotation at my shoulder here. Okay, so basically I'm starting at hip width. With my feet are at hip width, okay? And I'm gonna step back with one foot. I want that foot that step back to basically be in line with the heel of my front foot, okay? So from the side, you can see it as I step back. My toes and my heel are pretty much in line, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but I wanna keep that nice and close. I don't wanna go into like a real deep step, okay? I want hip width, step back, so I'm pretty much in my natural walking gait, okay? From this position here, the foot that stepped back, I'm going to bring that arm straight over my head, okay? I want my palm facing in, and I'm going to start off, I'm looking at my hand. So I want to make sure that my arm stays straight and it doesn't start wavering around, okay? The tendency is that as you're going forward, if you're not paying attention, your arm is going to move, okay? So you want to focus on that arm and make sure that it stays nice and straight throughout the entire movement. Now, I like this movement a lot because as you get better at it, you can add weight. You can use a dumbbell, you can use a kettlebell. I like to use a dumbbell when I do this. And you can use a kettlebell, it's really nice, okay? Always start off just getting the movement down first before you add resistance to it. But okay, so I'm at my feet are at hip width, I step back, my toe is in line with my heel, my back hand comes up and I'm watching it. My front hand, I like to put just on my thigh and I like to use this as a gauge for my rotation, okay? It doesn't have to be there. You can just keep it in front of you and you can just rotate down with it. It's just a habit I got into was to keep it here, whatever you're comfortable with though. So here's my starting position, okay? So first thing I'm gonna do, my back leg needs to stay nice and straight. My front knee is gonna bend, okay? As I go into my hip hinge, I'm rotating my spine. I wanna rotate 90 degrees. Make sure that arm stays straight. My palm rotated to the outside as I come down. I want to go as low as I can go comfortably. And from his position, I'm going to press my shoulder open for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to just simply reverse the position and come back to my starting point, okay? I'm going to do 5 repetitions on that side before I switch off to my other, holding at that bottom point for 5 seconds, okay? So I'm gonna switch my feet here. I'm gonna change my angle a little bit so you can see me, okay? Hip width, toes and heel are pretty much in line. My back hand, my hand that's on the same side as my back leg is my back hand, and that's going straight up, palm is facing in. Opposite hand is on my thigh. As I start my hip hinge, my shoulder rotates open, my spine rotates. I'm getting down as low as I can possibly go. Now I'm pulling my shoulder back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just reversing the position back to my start position. Okay, so just to show you from another angle, I want to make sure my feet are hip width apart, okay? I'm stepping back so that my back foot toes are in line with my front foot heel, okay? The foot that steps back, that arm is going straight up. My palm is starting off facing in. I want to keep my arm straight, okay? I'm putting my gaze on my hand to make sure that my arm stays straight and it doesn't waver. That's very important. My opposite hand is just going to come inside my thigh. Back leg stays straight, front knee bends, okay? I'm starting off with a hip hinge. As I rotate my spine and open up my shoulder, getting to the lowest point I can comfortably get to here. Once I get to my lowest point, I'm opening up my shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rotating back to my starting position. Okay, so what's important in the windmill? Your stance, making sure that you're not too wide. You want to make sure that you got that like just hip width stance with your feet. My toes are pointing forward. I'm not opening up in any way, shape, or form, okay? My toes are pointing forward like as if I'm going to walk forward. My back leg must stay straight. My front leg has to bend, okay? Don't try and lead your back leg. If you keep your back leg and push your hips backwards. It's going to put you right into the position you need to be. Okay, the up arm staying perfectly straight and not wavering, very important, especially once you add weight, because then it could become dangerous until you build up that stability. And making sure that you're rotating your spine. Okay, as I go down, what's important is that my spine rotates. The main thing I'm working on here is my spinal rotation. Okay, everything else is just benefit. The hip flexion, the shoulder rotation, that's all benefit. The main focus here is that spinal rotation, getting to 90 degrees, and once I get there, then pressing that shoulder back for that 5 seconds. Okay, and I want to do that 5 seconds of active pressing in that rotation from my bottom point. Okay, I want to do that 5 times on my left side. I want to do that 5 times on my right side. As you get better at it, add some weight, maybe a dumbbell, maybe a kettlebell. And that's the windmill.